Hello friends. So in this particular series of videos, we are looking at the set of gate questions which has a conventional approach of solving the problem as well as the shortcut approach. So it is very important to know the shortcut approach because it will help us to save the time in the gate examination. So first of all, let us look at the question. This question is from the topic of the convolution from the chapter of linear time invariant systems from the subject signals and systems. So here the question is given like this, that if the signals x of t and h of t are shown in the figure are convoluted to yield y of t. So x of t and h of t as shown in the figure are convoluted to form the y of t. Now which of the following figures present the output y of t? So you can see the options are A, B, C and D. So which of them is going to actually indicate the output y of t? So the conventional approach is that first of all you should know that whenever you are convolving a signal with of a particular impulse, it is going to be the same signal. If you convolve a signal with of the delayed impulse, it is going to be the delayed signal. If you are going to convolve the signal x of t with of the advanced impulse, it is going to be the advanced signal itself. Okay, this is something that you should know. Now you can see that the signal x of t itself is having two impulses, one at t is equal to -1, the other at t is equal to 1. At t is equal to -1, you have an impulse with the area equal to 1. At t is equal to 1, you are having an impulse with the area equal to -1. So I can write the signal x of t is equal to the of del of t plus 1 minus del of t minus 1. The signal x of t is given as del of t plus 1 minus del of t minus 1. So this is nothing but the signal x of t. So now x of t convolved with of h of t is equal to the of del of t plus 1 minus del of t minus 1 convolved with of h of t, which will be equal to the of h of t plus 1 minus h of t minus 1. So how can we form h of t plus 1? The signal advanced by 1 unit. So if you want to advance the signal by 1 unit, you will shift the signal 1 unit to the left. So if you shift the signal 1 unit to the left, so the resultant signal is going to be something like this. So -1, 1 and 3. Right? So this is nothing but h of t plus 1. H of t minus 1 is nothing but the signal h of t delayed by 1 unit. So if you want to delay by 1 unit, you are shifting the signal towards the right side by 1 unit. It means now the signal will be from 1 okay, so this is equal to the of h of t minus 1. So h of t plus 1 minus h of t minus 1 is equal to what? So if you observe from -1 to the value of 1, -1 to 1, you have just a straight line -0. So it is going to be the same straight line from -1 to the top 1. So -1 to the value of 1, you are having the same straight line. So from 1 to 3, you are having a line which is a negative slope, and here you are having the slope which is positive. What is the slope here? The change in x is 2 units, the change in y is 1 unit, because this is equal to the top 1. So the slope is going to be equal to the top 1 by 2. As you are coming down, the slope is minus. Here, the change in x is 2 units, the change in y is 1 unit, so the slope is 1 by 2. As you are going up, it is going to be plus. Now when you are subtracting these two lines, one with a slope of -1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So it is going to be -1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So it is going to be equal to the of -1. Okay, the resultant line, when you are subtracting two lines, it is also going to result in a line with a slope which is equal to minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to minus 1. So now the slope will be equal to that of minus 1. So you are moving from the top 1 to 3 with a slope of minus 1. It means that 2 units you are traveling along the x with a slope of minus 1, the amplitude falls by 2 units because your slope is minus 1. So for every 1 unit you are going to fall by 1 unit. For 2 units you will be traveling by 2 units. So for 1 unit the amplitude reduces to 0, and for another 1 unit amplitude becomes minus 1. From 3 to 5, here it is 0 minus the slope of minus 1 by 2. So now the slope becomes equal to the top 1 by 2. So now you will move with the slope of 1 by 2 for 2 units. So if you are moving with the slope of 1 by 2 for 2 units, the amplitude now becomes equal to the top 0. So this is the resultant signal y of t. From the options, it matches with the top option D. Okay, from the options, it matches with the top option D. Now this is the conventional approach of solving the problem. Now what is the shortcut approach? First point is that whenever you are convolving two signals, the resultant signal will have the lower limit. Lower limit is nothing but where the signal is going to start. So the lower limit of the resultant signal will be the summation of the lower limits of the individual signals. Means x of t and h of t. So what is the lower limit of x of t? It is minus 1. What is the lower limit of h of t? It is 0. So it is equal to that of minus 1. The lower limit of the resultant signal is equal to that of minus 1. Second one is the upper limit. The upper limit of the resultant is nothing but the summation of the upper limits. So the upper limit of x of t is 1. I'm talking about the time here, okay? So 1, and the upper limit of h of t is 4, which is equal to 5. Right? So from these 2 points, you can observe that option A and option B can be eliminated. Okay? These are the observations of convolution that we learned in the class. Right? That the upper limit and the lower limit of the resultant signal will be the summation of lower limits and upper limits respectively. So A and B can be eliminated. And there is one more property which says that the area of y of t is equal to area of x of t multiplied by area of h of t. The area of y of t is equal to the of area of x of t multiplied by area of h of t. Can you tell me what is the area of x of t? You are having two impulses, one with the area of plus 1, the other with the area of minus 1. So the total area will be equal to that of 0. Impulse will always be characterized by its area. So one is having the area of 1, the other is having the area of minus 1. The total area of x of t is equal to that of 0. The area of this x of t is equal to that of 0. It means that the area of y of t will be equal to that of 0. Now if you observe from the options C and D, option C will always have the area which is non-zero, whereas option T can have the area equal to 0 because you are having a positive triangle minus the negative triangle. The total value can be equal to 0, so answer can be finalized to the top option D. Okay, so by this particular method, using just the observations of convolutions, we can simply solve the problem. Okay, instead of using the conventional approach, you can just look at the problem and able to solve this particular problem. Okay, so thank you for all for listening to this particular